What's up, YouTube? Yu-Gi-Oh! Tube, and get your popcorn out because this is going to be the top 50 PSA graded Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards that I have in my collection. How I base this ranking is basically off of price mainly and also just nostalgic factor. So, without further ado, we are going to go ahead and get right into it. It's going to be split into two parts because otherwise the video will be way too long. So, before we do start as well, thank you to everybody who has subscribed. Also, feel free to check out my Instagram here, Yu-Gi-Oh! Tube, and my eBay here as well. So let's go ahead and go into it. First card is a Parasite from Pharaoh's Servant. And this was Weevil Underwood's in the show. Classic card along with Great Moth and whatnot. Very nostalgic card. Not really worth much. Probably about a max, probably about 50 bucks. You never know. Could be surprising. I haven't listed it, so. Parasite. Coming in at number 49, we have Mirror Wall. And so this card is a classic Duel Links card, and it's a pretty good card as well. This was also used in the show. I believe My Valentine and Joey Wheeler were dueling, and this was used, but I'm not 100% sure on that. Pretty cool how only the Mirror Wall is hollow. So, again, probably about a $50 card. Maybe the Parasite was a little bit more. At number 48, we have Kaiser Glider. This is a Dark Crisis first edition. A lot of my cards will be first edition as well, first print. So yeah, you know, nothing more to say about this other than it's an Ultra in Dark Crisis, which Dark Crisis boxes are so expensive now. Figured I'd put a conservative value on it today at about $50. Alright, coming in at number 40. Was this 40, 50, 49, 40, 47? We have the classic Kuriboh. Kuriboh, the furry friend here, as seen in the show and as also seen in the TCG. Not a bad card, but definitely a nostalgia card that everyone loves. Probably about a $50 card, possibly $75. From Metal Raiders, of course. Sticking with the Metal Raiders theme here, we have Harpy Lady Sisters, My Valentine's, classic card. Pretty sweet looking artwork here. Again, these are all Gem Mints so far, Gem Mint 10, PSA graded. Not much else to say aside from it is a very, very nostalgic classic card. Metal Raiders, so many good cards in that set, so many good foils. And coming in at number 44, we have a Dark Magician Ultra Rare from the EXR Starter Deck box. These boxes on my channel, I actually open this directly live on my channel. This is a Gem Mint 10 Ultra Rare. I prefer this artwork, actually, of Dark Magician more than any of them. And it's from the year 2000. So I know the deck's sealed now. We're going for about $100 on eBay. And to get a Gem Mint 10 is not that easy, even though it is a Japanese card, because centering on these were a little iffy. My Blue Eyes from the deck as well only got a 9, probably because of the centering. But still, pretty nostalgic card from the year 2000. Probably about a $50, $75, $80 card maybe. I don't think I would take 50 to be honest right now for it. Coming in at number 43, we have a Elemental Hero Dark Neos. And this one was from 2006. Power the Duelist, not a great GX set at all, but everyone knows it for this cover card in terms of the Dark Neos. Ultimate Rare, this is the first 9 so far of the video. So, PSA 9 I still think would get around $70. Possibly less, probably 60, 70, somewhere around that area. Again, first edition, ultimate rares, so tough to come by from these original sets. At number 43, we have Black Tyranno. Black Tyranno, a classic card from Invasion of Chaos, a set that is basically non-existent now. You get the pun here with the dinosaur. Non-existent now to find. I mean, it's tough to find this set at all. It's an ultra rare from the set. The artwork is just sweet. I mean, it looks like something from Jurassic Park. So PSA 10, first edition Black Tyranno. It might not be worth all that much, but I'd put a value on it currently, right now, today, at maybe $70. So let me just make sure we're on track here. Okay, 42. Number 42, we have the Dark Magician Girl, and this one is from the 2005 tin. Again, not a horribly tough tin to get because it is a tin card, but many of these tins are pretty much extinct on the market. I remember selling my sealed tin, actually, at I think it was somewhere almost $200 just for the tin. So to get this card in Gem Mint, and this original printing, secret rare, perfect Gem Mint 10, I've actually been offered on this card a little over $100. So it could range. It could be somewhere between 50 to 100, possibly even 125 on the very highest. But yeah, I've seen one sell, I think, as well for 100 plus. So Dark Magician Girl from the tin. And now, coming in at number 41, we have the Axe of Despair. Such a great card from Magic Ruler, first edition PSA 10. Put it on equip it to your monster, gains 1,000 attack points. Pretty much an unstoppable card back in the day. If you have a beatdown deck, equip it. Tremendous, tremendous card. I've seen it sell anywhere from 50 to 100. At the highest point, maybe around 125. So, it's not all that expensive, and it is from Magic Ruler, with so many good Magic cards. And not spell cards back in the day, once Yu-Gi-Oh! Got in trouble for using the word magic from Magic the Gathering to prevent it from being sued. Pretty cool stuff here. Coming in at number 40. At number 40, we have Gilford the Lightning. Gilford the Lightning from Dark Revelation 4. Iconic card here as well. I'm a big fan of Dark Revelation 4. As you know, as you've seen my videos. Again, not a crazy expensive card by any mean, but tough to find in Gem Mint condition. I think while this is only probably about a little under a $100 card, I think the sky is the limit for these DRO4 secrets moving forward, but we will have to see on that. Moving on to number 39. Number 39, we have the Satellite Cannon from Dark Revelation 4. Again, for the same reasoning, I believe Dark Revelation 4 cards are undervalued currently on the market, which is why I put it here. Also, Satellite Cannon was, believe it or not, used in the show. Cannot remember which show it was, but it was used. It is a secret rare as well. It came in ultra rare in Champion Pack 1, so it broke the barrier of the Champion Packs, you could say, and it was the original ultra then, and I actually prefer the secret rare of this card. So again, somewhere around $100 probably right now, give or take, maybe a little less, but I think the growth potential of this card is just huge. Moving on to number 39, we have Kaiba Man. Kaiba Man, first released in the video game promo, then released in Retro Pack 1, then re-released in Dark Revelation 4. For the same reasoning as I've mentioned with all three of these Dark Revelation 4 cards, I think these are ready to explode and take off. Kaiba Man, very tough to find now in Near Mint, I believe is hitting $30. In Gem Mint, we don't know the price. I haven't sold. I haven't seen anybody sold. I think this is a Pop 1 as well. I'd put a value on it today, obviously a little over $100, but I would not be surprised to see this card go up and up and up in value going forward. Number 38, we're going to go back to the ultimate rares, and in this case, it's the VWXYZ Dragon Cannon, Catapult Cannon. This card is also tough, Elemental Energy. Not the main fusion in Elemental Energy, but still a super in Ultimate, in Gem Mint 10. Very, very tough to find, but it'll value at a little, $100, maybe a little over that on this card. Alright, number 37. Here we get some more old school, and it's the end of Anubis at number 37. Not a tremendous card by any means. Ancient Sanctuary is drying up, so I've seen it sell very low at times. I've seen it sell very high at times. I've seen it sell for as low as, what was it, $40, $50 maybe, and I've seen it sell as high as like in the 200s. Realistically, I think it's about a $100 card. Again, PSA 10 Secret Rare from Ancient Sanctuary. It is cool. It gives that old school feeling as well to it, and the Millennium. You could see here there's like a flame, but still pretty cool artwork as well. And again, that's about a $100 card. Moving on to number 36. This is a big one, a big nostalgic one. PSA 9. And this is one of the few PSA 9s as well in this submission. The PSA 9 Black Luster Soldier, Envoy of the Beginning. I wish this was a 10 so much, but as you can see, it did have a little teeny edgeware at the top. PSA 9, one of the greatest cards in Invasion of Chaos. Probably right up there with Chaos Emperor Dragon Envoy at the end. So PSA 9 right now is ranging between 100 and 150. I did decline an offer of it. I think it was around 200, maybe 6 months ago or so. So, you know, I don't mind holding on to this. This is a card that's basically a blue chip, you could say, in the Yu-Gi-Oh market. You can't go wrong holding on to this card, even in PSA 9. Even less than that. Moving on to number 35, we have Elemental Hero Flame Neos. And this is another Power of the Duelist, but this one is in PSA 10. So any Elemental Hero in PSA 10 is great. Any Elemental Hero Ultra Rare Ultimate Variation is even greater. And you stack that on a PSA 10, now you're really talking. This is about a $150 card in my opinion. You can't really go wrong with any E-Heroes, and it's such a tough grade. And again, originally, ultra rare, in ultimate rare form, very, very tough to find raw, ungraded, let alone in PSA 10. Again, about 150 bucks. Moving on to number 34, Spellbinding Circle. Spellbinding Circle, a very, very nostalgic card. The few trap cards in Magic Ruler, first edition, of course, in PSA 10. This was also used in the show. Yugi used this. This card is just really, really nice. Tough to find these days in PSA 10. Everyone's so used to the Magic cards in this set, but this, by far, is one of the most iconic. Value on this one would probably be about 150, maybe 200 bucks. Could be even more than that, but that's where I'm going to stick it now. So, somewhere between 150 and 2. And, let's see. And that Spellbinding Circle at number 33. Coming up at number 32, we have Judgement of the Pharaoh. Gem Mint 10 from the Shonen Jump promo. Pretty classic card, not really worth much ungraded. I would not sell this card really under 100 bucks. They're tough to find in perfect condition, and just the artwork is just so iconic here. I really, really, really like this card. Let's just say that. Really, really cool card. The only printing of it as well, and that comes in at number 32. Again, I don't want to take anything under 100 bucks on this one. And again, a similar story. At number 31, we have Yujo Friendship. Yujo Friendship, now a super, super nostalgic card with Yugi and Joey shaking hands. And again, a Shonen Jump promo card. Same reasoning. I'm not going to take under 100 bucks for it. It's just too nostalgic. The artwork's too nice. and it's just too tough to find in Gem Mint 10. Now, coming up at number 30. Number 30, we have Dark Magic Attack from Ancient Sanctuary, first edition, Gem Mint 10. Super, again, nostalgic artwork. The price on these has risen substantially in the last year or so. Amazing, amazing artwork. Dark Magician just using an attack here. Ultra rare from Ancient Sanctuary, hard to find. Will just continue to get harder to find. I actually have a buyer lined up potentially here for 200 bucks on this card, but realistically it could be about a $150 card, give or take. I remember selling actually the first one I had of this to the old school expert, and it was very, very cheap because he bought it a long time ago. Moving on to number 29. Number 29, we have some LOB Flame Swordsman. And this is a first edition Gem Mint 10. And it is also a first print run. As you can see, the grainy texture of the card. I think this flash really captures that well. This grainy texture. This is a first print run, pulled myself, Gem Mint 10, a classic, iconic card from Legend of Blue Eyes. And, you know, it's one of those cards that consistently will sell for about 150 bucks, give or take. Can't go wrong, anything LOB. Now on number 29, we have Raigeki. Raigeki, another LOB super rare, first edition. This card is, again, super, super nice. First edition Raigeki. A staple in so many decks, not only back then, but today as well, since it's been unbanned. Definitely one of the most original Magic cards out there. And one of the simplest ones as well, with just one effect. PSA 10 Raigeki, super, super iconic card. Can't get much more of a staple than this, aside from Mirror Force. And now moving on to number 28, The Last Warrior from Another Planet. This card is sweet, first of all because it's a Gem Mint 10. Second of all, it does have a little hollow, let's see if we get right here, little hollow spill there on the corner. You can see only under lighting. There's some hollow here that appears to have spilled during the production process. But this card was just amazingly cool looking. I mean, this card was just super cool. I mean, he's dark. He's got these machines on him. It looks like once this is on the field, it's like you lose just because of the artwork on this card. Super, super iconic card. I sold my first one for about $225, I think it was. And so it's about a $200 card, give or take, from Labyrinth of Nightmare. A set with so many mass cards, but this one was very, very nice. Moving on to number 27. 27, we have Barrel Dragon from Metal Raiders. A classic machine. One of the first machines. Very good effect on this. Tough to find Metal Raiders First Ed Ultras. Tough to find Barrel Dragon as well. It was on the side of the Metal Raiders box. Amazing card. You know, it'll always bring in about 200 bucks, give or take. But this one just looks so cool. You know, with the 3 cannons here. Boom, boom, boom. 3 coin tosses, aka for its effect. Great card in PSA 10. Tough to get these days. Anything Metal Raiders. Now moving on to number 26. We have the secret rare from Labyrinth of Nightmare. In this case, Magic Cylinder. Magic Cylinder at 26. A very, very awesome secret. Was a staple for so long, and it was just a game-changing effect on this guy. LON, Labyrinth of Nightmare, this was an amazing secret rare, and very, very tough to find, all the way back from 2003 in PSA 10. Not many in population as well. There's not many 10s out there. I'd put a value on it at 200 bucks for sure. And now moving on. Our number 25, we have Change of Heart from Metal Raiders. This card, ironically, is about a $150 card. The reason I have this ranked ahead of Barrel Dragon is simply because I think the long-standing value of this card will outdo that of Barrel Dragon. The artwork on this is amazing. It was an amazing effect as well. And it's really nice. It's a really nice looking card in the artwork. And you could really see the foil on this pop just so much. Again, PSA 10s. I've had offers easily come in, several at 150. I'm really holding out for that $200 plus offer because otherwise I have no problem keeping this. But I mean, this is just an astonishing looking card. You have the light here, the darkness here, and she stares right into your soul. Pretty cool. And that will do it, again, Metal Raiders, that will do it for the number 50 to number 25. Hopefully I did not repeat a number by accident. If I did, well, I guess that's just a bonus card. Because it was hard to keep track, going all the way from 25 cards, to keep track of what number I was on. But coming up next, I am going to have numbers 24 to number 1 in my collection, so stay tuned for that. Should be real fun. I might actually post this one up first, maybe upload the second part in about a week or so. Keep up the anticipation. I'm not 100% sure, but a lot of people have been asking for this, so hopefully this helps, answer your questions on how many cards I have in PSA 10s or what my collection looks like. But again, this was the top 50. Tough to choose. Number 50 to number 25, 24 to 1. I might just do 25 to 1 and just add another card. That is coming up later. So stay tuned for that and hope you enjoyed.